Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Excuse me, you are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. I might have said the encourager earlier on the video, on the live video. I was planning on that lunch video being a little longer, but I didn't plan on stopping, and so I kind of felt a little ill prepared too. Yeah, so I want to go ahead and get more into, or at least share at least what I have so far as downloads are concerned. In regards to, I just saw Brenda Cooper's name. Either one of those names, Brenda Cooper. Cooper obviously could be a first or last name. May be significant for your journey at this time. If you are tuning in to the platform, to the channel for the first time, thank you so much, first of all. And then, if you would like to know more about me, you can find, amongst the 600 and something videos, it's really amazing to think that I've posted 600 and something videos in 2.5 years. I guess that's now a video a day, I guess, or something, right? I don't know what that comes out to. So anyway, a little less than a video a day. But yeah, so I want to go over a little bit of what I was talking about in the live this afternoon, and that is, and again, I'm just getting these downloads, okay? So, all right, so yes, so let's go ahead and take a look at what I have written down here. Okay, so again, back to the 13. So amongst the 144,000, and Alexa, who are considered the 144,000?
I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, in the Bible, who are the 144,000?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, say again.
In Christianity, the number 144,000 has a special meaning. It is believed to represent the saved souls of those who will go to heaven. The number is mentioned in the book of Revelation, and it is associated with a chosen group of people who will be saved from the Great Tribulation. While the number has no specific mathematical significance, it is considered a significant figure in religious discourse.
All right. So, on a bit of a more truthful path, right? It's not, obviously, this is pulling from the most common religious book out there, text out there, and that's the Bible. Okay, so those of you who have walked with me for any length of time, you know my thoughts and feelings about the Bible and the fact that it is a great deal of the program, okay, is due to that book. And so what's the program? It's the matrix. It's the 3D. As I look at the video time, or at the echo timer, it is 3:46:78 on the video timer, 4:40, 79 degrees. Okay, 4:40, 79 degrees. Possible impacts of government shutdown. Interesting. All right. So there could be something about 97, 79, 16. Okay. Or 2. Could work either way. So, with this 144, from this 144,000, I was meditating recently. Okay, and this is where the majority of my downloads come from. And again, the books and text, there might be something about someone who likes pugs. Okay, as I just saw a picture of a pug, so they might breed them, or that might be their fur baby of choice. Okay. So I was meditating the other day, and I started getting messages about a select group unique to, or actually started seeing. And when I say seeing, not seeing the beings, but seeing I just started getting downloaded messages. Let's just say that. Okay. And I wasn't sure what this number was. And I think even in the video, whatever that video was, posted 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, 2 days ago, I mentioned that there it might be 11, it might be 19, 17. I wasn't sure how many it was going to be, but this unique group of divine deities, they are extraterrestrial. They are, and I'm actually looking at a picture of someone who I don't even know who that woman was. I didn't want to put her face up there because that might not go over very well socially. Social media runs away with everything. And so there's something about that. There's something about keeping your life private as you move forward for us, especially for those of us, I will say, for those of us who you have been identified as an earth angel. You are a healer. You are an alchemist. You embody all four queens at in one. We're gonna talk, or king. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. So you are the I'm gonna open up a window, or not the window, but move the curtain here for a moment. You are the um, or a not B. You are of the seahorse spirit, seahorse nature. And when I say that, I mean, and I don't know the scientific name. Again, I'm a spiritual being and divine being, but I'm not a scientist, so I don't. And I have no degrees, by the way. By the way, well, I guess 97.8, 96.8 is that. That's the degree I have. But yeah, and I use Mitchum deodorant. I don't use degrees. So I don't know why I said that. I guess because my the my mind's rolling like that. I guess. So with the 13, okay. So again, yesterday or the day before, I wasn't sure if it was 13, 19, 18. I wasn't sure. Okay, but then as I began to I wrote it what I was receiving at that time down, and then later on that day, that night, it might have been earlier. It's 4:44 on the timer currently, or on the actual Mountain Standard Time, and I got 13, and I confirmed 13, 13, 13, 13. Okay, so 13 of these elite extraterrestrial deities. We are judges and we are teachers here on the earth. Okay, and one of the things that Most High has shown me over my time in studying the books of Enoch and those, is that your purpose, your supreme purpose, your divine purpose here, for every incarnation, it does not change. So whatever you were meant to be in 1645, that is the sole purpose, or the big purpose, big picture purpose, right? Big vision picture of your purpose today, in this lifetime around. Okay? And that is exactly why we are back for a third, fourth, fifth, eighth, second, whatever time, is to further that completion, or to complete it, or at least to move it along. Okay? Help bloodlines. Okay? One thing also about this unique group of 13 individuals, as my crown just bumped. Okay? One of the unique things about these 13 is that we are not tied to any one bloodline. Okay? So these are 13 deities that are sent here to help bloodlines that, for what I have learned, and I was given over to one by purpose, right? Like Joseph, right? So even though the family meant it for a bad thing or whatever thing, at least certainly the one I was given over to, definitely. I don't know about the one I came from, but the one that I was given over to definitely did not mean any good for me. Okay, and so I was put into a situation where the gentleman, the guy who I thought was my dad, my daddy, my father, okay, my best bud until I was in my mid 20s, okay, but okay, he's a lot of things, okay, or was, okay. He might have passed already. He's serving a 40 to 60-year sentence in the state of Michigan, okay, but or again was, okay. That sentence started 10 years ago, December, or excuse me, 11/3 of 2014. That may be, any of that may resonate with you. Okay, his birthday is 5/24, 1957. Again, any of those numbers, straightforward, transposed, may resonate with you. His name is Kevin. Last name is Thomas. All right. So, um, so these 13 deities, they do not belong to, I'm getting something else. Okay. These 13 deities do not belong to anyone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 11:01 on the video timer, and 77 degrees. Okay. And 4:47. Okay. All synchronicities there in 11:14 when I look back over at the clock. Confirmation with the dog barks. We're on a roll. So they're not associated with any bloodline. Okay. So, and once they come here and complete their mission, they start a new bloodline. Okay. So, the biggest and greatest example I could give you this is of Issa, of Yeshua. Okay, that's it. It's not Jesus. Okay, please do not pray to Jesus. Jesus might be able to help your coffee taste better or something, and that's not a racial comment. But do not, the Jesus is, no, that's the man name. That's the man-made name. Again, between Genesis and Revelation, that's where all of the programming is. Okay, religion, a person's moral beliefs is what guides them. Ted Bundy believed that it was okay to do the things that he did. Those beliefs were part of his moral system, his moral compass. They guided him. Jeffrey Dahmer, okay? The Iceman, okay? All right. So these individuals, or anyway, I mean, even on the light side, right? These individuals, I don't know. Yeah, right. There's too many people to name. You can see the vast difference between working through your light and your dark energy, but in most every one of those situations, those individuals, whether psychotic or narcissistic or bipolar or whatever medical term you want to use, all of them believe that whatever they were doing at the time was either justice, right, or justifiable, or right. They could dignify it with whatever response, whatever they could, whatever their response was, right. So that's why, okay, religion is the backbone of darkness and the enemy. 13:30, and I look over at the video timer. So Yeshua, or Issa, Sir Issa, okay, the ascended master. You can verify that yourself. Okay. Again, don't look in the Bible. If you're looking for anything that I'm saying, you'll have to go beyond those walls. Okay? You'll have to go beyond those walls. Look at the Book of Enoch. Look at Gospel of Thomas. Look at the infancy of Yeshua. Look at other books that Paul had written, and these that are not between Genesis and Revelation, and then we can learn some things. Also, it's very interesting that the road to Damascus is in the news right now. Okay, very interesting that the road to Damascus, Syria, right? Paul was blinded on that road to Damascus, and then that's when he found the Lord. That's when he found the Lord, right? Whatever, however they want to say it, right? But okay. So also, there's so much. Okay, let me keep on track. So, okay, so that's why he was birthed through a virgin, okay, Mary and Joseph were not married, Okay, they had not consummated anything. Again, that's why she was a virgin. Okay, she's also an ascended master today. Okay, only through that purpose and her willingness and care for um, Yeshua is really is she today. Okay, because he was released at the age of 13 to travel northeastern African countries, and that to learn of rituals and miracles, and to do miracles and learn of different tribes and Hinduism and Buddhist, and that's what he was doing from 13 to 29. Okay, that's again why that's not between Genesis and Revelation. You have to go outside those walls in order to find the truth. Okay, um, so um, so he's the greatest example. Okay, so or he's the yeah, like whatever, I don't even like that word, but because it's a comparison, but so he's the most well known today. Okay, right. And so his ministry started when at birth, by the way. He was performing miracles as an infant. He was healing. Okay. He was birth talking, by the way, also speaking verbally to Mary. All right. So, and these individuals again are identified as lone wolves. They are segregated from the family. These 13 would go through this again because these are some of the most displaced people walking in the flesh suit on the planet. So you think about a Helen Keller or someone who's just going through just like, and then you can see them in a large degree, or to some degree, you see these star seeds and these light workers in the entertainment industry. So you're talking about a Stevie Wonder or a Ray Charles. You're talking about someone who has a physical impairment, and yet at the same time they're able to go beyond that to be something else, right? And again, you can go into whatever they've personally experienced along with that. Again, whatever their awakenings, ascensions throughout their lifetimes, and all that sort of thing too, right? Again, right. I like to use Tina Turner as an example because most who are up with today's technology and entertainment world and all of that, they know her story. They know how she was birthed Anime Bullock. Her mother left her with her grandmother out in the country somewhere because her mother was running behind some dude, and she started singing at a young age. Met Ike Turner and began to sing rhythm and blues, and obviously he was on the narcotic, right? So and then once she was introduced to meditation, okay, then and chanting, and once she was introduced to these things, then she began to be awakened. Anime Bullock began to be awakened, and once Anime Bullock began to awaken, Anime Bullock began to be transformed into Tina Turner. Kobe Bryant being transformed into the Mamba. Okay, David Goggins going from a 300 and whatever 15 20 50 pound person whatever to someone who has completed the Navy SEAL whatever, and what all that he's done, right? When you transform yourself, so these beings, these deities, and I'm not saying any of them are part of the 13. I'm saying that there are deities, there are divine beings on this planet who are giving us these real life, in front of our face examples of what this means. And they call it whatever, transformation, whatever, okay? Also, by the way, I'm going to say this, and some might not like it. I can guarantee you this, and that was a confirmation burp. Some might not like this, but this is the downright truth. I'm telling you. You can mark my words. When Oprah Winfrey goes down, she is going to take half of America with her. It's 4:56 on the clock. Holy shit. Look. When Oprah Winfrey goes down, for child trafficking, she is going to take half America with her. Why? Because half of America, certainly the darker shade of brown, everybody is a shade of brown, the darker shade of brown people, okay, that are falsely called African American. No one's African American unless you were born in one of those countries and then somehow also became a citizen of another, and then you picked up their culture and their blood and their no one's an African American. You are an American, and you just stop the shit, okay? Or you are an African. Just cut the nonsense, okay? And today in America, there are very few Africans. I can tell you that for sure, compared to the number of people that walk around calling themselves an African American. Yeah, okay. All right. So when that happens, again, that's not even written down. I didn't write that down, but I got, again, just another reminder today that when Oprah Winfrey is busted, that's going to be something for America to experience. So don't feel bad if you've supported her. Confirmation with that boom. Don't be upset if you supported her all of these years. I've always said I wouldn't listen to what Oprah has to say except about specific things. Okay? I would never follow someone's advice who has never had a child on how to raise a child. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just get out of the way. Okay? I'm not listening to someone on how to be a professional basketball player who's never been in the league, coached in the league, had experience in the league as a player, as a whatever. Right? What? No. Mm-mm. Right? So, again, be aware of who you take advice from. Okay. Also, I mentioned it was 2202. I mentioned the four queens earlier. Okay. And so these 13 deities, okay, and Yeshua is one, okay, Issa is one, embody what is considered the four queens. If you are familiar with tarot, even if you're not familiar with tarot, even in a playing deck of cards, right, a playing deck of cards, okay, and 52 card of a deck of 52, right, there are four queens, okay. So in tarot, okay, the four queens are the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, and so with each of the four, they each represent something. And I'm not saying anything new to those of you who follow tarot. Many of you might, if you're listening to this channel, And so, okay, so wands for protection, for defense, cups for I consider cups. And this is the one thing I will say about spirituality. Okay, compared to religion, I wrote some things down that we'll go over, but I'll mention this one right away. This one now. Okay, the biggest perhaps, or one of the biggest portal doors. One of the biggest portal doors that stays closed when in religion is spontaneity. Okay? That is one of the biggest hindrances to religion, because religion is so routine. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Religion is so routine. Someone's name might be Jamie, Lee, or Curtis, or any of that's associated with your journey. Jamie, Lee, or Curtis. And I said that like that for a reason, because all three of those resonate for my journey. That's why I said it like that. And if they're listening, they know who they are, and they probably just said, oh shit, not again, or something like that. So it's okay. And I just saw that it's on the echo screen. I just looked over and saw it. I can't see the screen unless I move the book. So it was meant for me to see it. 24:47 on the video timer. So, okay, right. So, wands, defense, protection, Then we have cups. To me, cups represent water. Water represents either information or intuition. Okay? It could represent emotions. Okay? Tears, right? It could represent emotions. Okay? Then swords. Okay? Swords, to me, swords are your throat chakra, your voice, your sound, your right. Okay. Or at least what you're showing to the world, or expressing, right? And then we have pentacles, which are the financial aspect, or the on in the 3D, the monetary aspect. Okay, so these 13 deities, they embody all four of these queens. Okay, now what's the significance of that? Okay, so you have to look at the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Okay, and I'm sharing all of this in large part so that as I call out to them, my desire and hope is that they respond to me in the 3D. That's my hope and desire. Okay, so as I'm recording this, right, sending it out, right, that they that they I just saw something on the screen. It was in my mind, but I don't. It may not have even made sense to anyone if I said it or shared it. But so I'm putting this call out to them because this is what I am. This is good news is coming. It's 5:03. That's an 8. Someone's. Oh, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Someone might be outside or homeless. I don't know. I hope that was able to come across well. But someone, there was a picture of someone like a illustration. That's the word. Thank you. Illustration. Okay. Um. So yes. Okay. I believe I haven't gotten confirmation on all 13. Also, there are 7 continents in the U.S. That's extremely. Or in the U.S. There's is there something about 7 in the U.S.? What's that? Still 77 degrees. 7 in the U.S. 7 in the U.S. Alexa, what does the angel number 7 represent? Let's just hear what she says.
From medium.com. When you see angel number 7, it may be a sign that your angels are encouraging you to go within, to quiet the noise of the outside world, and to tap into your inner wisdom and intuition.
Okay. Alexa, what does the angel number 77 represent?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, 777 is your guardian angel's way of telling you to stay strong and to continue moving forward on your journey, even through changes and obstacles. It might be a sign to slow down. Perhaps you've been pushing too hard instead of enjoying the ride.
All right. And I can definitely be guilty of that because I am one who I know I'm here on a mission, and I know I've known that since 11/29/74, and I don't like sitting around because I'm not lazy. So having to sit around and wait on others to show up is requiring a bit. I'm good at it, but I'm getting better, right? And that's always the goal. So with these 13 embodying all 4, I believe most of these a representation. Yes, thank you, Divine Source. Thank you, Avarat. So the Divine Source is saying, and that's who Avarat is. You will only find that in the book of Enoch, and that is why, because that is a sacred name, and if you say it without knowing, you will, without a doubt, you will understand. Okay, so you just can't walk around saying that like God and Jehovah and Yahweh. You just can't run around saying that. Okay, And you do have to say both of them. I'm just, again, you don't have to follow what I say. I always say just look at the fruit on the tree. You don't have to do what I say or as I guide or live or whatever, but look at the fruit on the tree. If you have better looking fruit, great. I'm not jealous because I'm not a jealous spirit, but that's awesome and amazing, and perhaps we can learn from one another. So let's take a look at a couple of years, not a couple of years, but some years that I've written down here and see if any of these resonate with you. Okay? So I wrote these years down: 1903, 1913, 1933, 1929. There's interesting that I did not write any 1920s in there. The Roaring Twenties. That's very interesting. I didn't realize that. 1936, 1944, 1964, 1955, 1969. I've mentioned 1969 the other day. Also, I was honoring the ladies born between, ooh, my third eye, it just bam, ooh, whoa, and that bump. Hello, ancestor. Okay, so there's definitely something about 1969. What that is, I don't know, but I wrote it down the other day. And when I wrote it down, I'm not going to mention her name again, but there was a specific name that came to me when I saw that year. Okay? And so 1947, 1974, 1977, 1966, and Alexa, what year was John F. Kennedy assassinated?
President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, on November 22, 1963.
Alexa,
If you'd like,
what year was Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated?
Martin Luther King Jr. was killed on April 4, 1968 by James Earl Ray.
It's interesting that they say assassinated for Kennedy and killed by, that's interesting. I just noticed that. Alexa, when was Malcolm X assassinated?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Malcolm Little, also known as Malcolm X, was born on May 19, 1925.
Alexa, when was Malcolm X born?
Malcolm X was born on May 19, 1925.
Alexa, when did Malcolm X die?
Malcolm X died on February 21, 1965 at the age of 39 years.
Okay. So, interesting. So the number 39, I'm going to share this and then we'll continue. So the number 39, so Tina Turner was born in 1939, and we're going to confirm that. Tina Turner was born in 1939. Malcolm X assassinated 39. Again, it's interesting that they say died for him, killed for Martin Luther King Jr., and assassinated for Martin Luther King Jr. And President Trump that was just a couple of attempts, right? And they used the same word, right? So very, very interesting. And again, just pointing out the obvious. Okay? Again, we're all brown. Okay? I do not even answer to black man or whatever. That doesn't even on pieces of paper when they ask you what's your race, right? I click other or I say multiple. Like, what do you mean, what's my race? I haven't gone that far in my Akashic records. What do you mean, what's my race? Okay. Anyway, also divine moment, this was a divine moment here. Okay. So I looked at the clock. I was listening to something online. I looked at the clock this afternoon and saw 333 on the timer, and immediately something said, okay, and stop the video. I stopped the video and just went silent internally for a moment. You just shut everything down, right? Just went quiet. And And I am familiar with Hinduism and Shiva and Shiva meditations and that. I am familiar with that. And it's wonderful if you can add mudras to it. And if you don't know, mudras are the using of your hands to form different. They're communicative devices. I'm hearing they're communicative devices. Communicative devices. Thank you, Divine. So communicative devices, these, your hands, right, with mudras. And I do it all the time. I do it even, I have private parties. I haven't partied with anyone in some years. But I've had many parties by myself. Okay? And so this chant here at 3:33 I started. Okay? Ooh, that was out of focus. Okay. Okay. And as I was chanting, I heard no coincidences. Okay. And my eyes were closed. Okay. And I stopped the video timer. It was on the screen. That number might be significant or any of those numbers. Okay. I pressed the screen and I looked up and it was 1919 where I stopped the video. And I heard no coincidences and all eyes are open. With this Shiva chant that apparently, now that I know, lasted for 19 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay? All right. So, if you believe that you are one of us, I just heard. If you believe you are one of us, I would love to connect. Again, you can try to fool, you can try to lie, you can try to connive, you can try to trick, you can try to whatever. But if you look at the track record, and that's my track record, you will see that something might get past me for a second or two, maybe a week. But it won't get past me much longer than that. And today, I don't know if it'll get past 48 hours. Okay? So, and the person who called me or had me, or the person that I reached out to, reached out to me yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. And yeah, they understand that. Okay? They understand that. So, and I am, yeah, we are, the 13, 14 of us. I can't share that. So anyway, so yes. So these 13, okay, that are resonating with what I'm saying, or if there's how many ever that are actually in physical form on this planet, walking right now, and already, I would love to and enjoy. I try not to use that word overly, but I would enjoy connecting with you. All right. Oh, also there's something about 1996. Let's take a look at this for a moment. Okay, so 1996 was a very interesting year for let me make sure I say this right. Okay, and I'm not about being politically correct. So, oh, it's 5:15 on the clock, Mountain Standard Time. So politically correct is definitely not me, and I'm not going to be politically correct when the cameras show up. I'm not going to be politically correct in front of, I don't know, if she could, Barbara Walters. I'm not going to be politically correct in front of, on Good Morning America, right? And I won't be disrespectful. You know, I won't use profanity and that sort of thing. I'm a very honorable and respectful and respecting being. But so confirmation, whatever that boom was. But I'm just a no nonsense. That's just how I am. That's just it's best to be that way. Okay. And you notice those people who are more like that, okay, more like that, they go further. Okay, their spirit is better, their general disposition is better. People who just don't really put up with bullshit, and I don't mean that in like a get away from me kind of way. I mean the people who just call it out, be like, okay, I'll see you. you clowning. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and turn around and walk. Those the individuals who are able to do that, and on the consistent basis, I'm hearing they live so much better. They really, really do. Again, I mentioned a couple of those individuals earlier. Okay, right. Um, so in 1996, his spirit, historically, energetically, I dare I say spiritually. I really don't want to say that. My vocabulary is expanding in this esoteric journey, but so yeah, so at that time, and 96, we know 369. In that number is 369. In nine, and it's just like in six. Okay, in six you have 33. In nine you have 369. Okay, and so in 69 or 96, right? Either way, you have 369. Okay, and so in 1996, and again, there's the 96 with the 69, right? It's just there is something very, I don't know, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Government experiment? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. And I keep saying that, hoping that something that I get another download before I move on. So these are some things that I wrote down for 1996. Okay, that happened in 1996. Okay. Um. Okay. Oh, I'll share that up there too about the name Isaiah. 12:19. Okay, again. So just yesterday. Okay. Where were you? And I put where were you in 1996? Okay. So ask yourself, where were you in 1996? Okay. It's possible that you weren't birthed yet because you could still be over 18, right? Yeah, over 18 and watch this video and be birthed after 1996, obviously, right? So, but okay, so that year's NBA draft is considered almost unanimously the best NBA draft. There might be something about NBAF. Is that a new league or something? Alexa, who were the top draft picks for the 1996 NBA draft?
From Sportskeeda.com. The first overall pick of the 1996 NBA draft was Allen Iverson.
Okay. So, Alexa, who were the first 20 draft picks in the 1996 NBA draft?
From StatMuse.com. Allen Iverson was chosen by the Philadelphia 76ers
so it doesn't give a
with
list.
the
Okay.
first overall pick in the 1996
Alexa,
NBA
stop. Okay. All right. So, I'm not going to give him his first 16 or 13. I said 16. There's something about that. Okay. 16, 7, right? 61. So, or yeah, 5-2. And so that is considered. So yeah, Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury, you had Steve Nash, you had Kobe Bryant, you had was Rasheed Wallace a part of that draft class? I can't remember. Alexa, who was the 10th draft pick in the 1996 NBA draft?
With the 10th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers selected Mississippi State center Eric Dampier.
Okay. All right. And again, any of that, I just picked number 10. Why? I don't know. So, Indiana Pacers might be something about Indiana. Okay. Going on. All right. Or Eric. Someone's name might be Eric. Or even rarer, Dampier. Or, right, someone whose last name starts with AD. Or something might be damp. Or getting damper. Alrighty. Okay. So, but yes, that draft. Okay. Also, NBA news. This in 1996, Michael Jordan had come out of retirement the previous spring, and the Bulls won their first of the second three-peat in the 90s. The first one was in 1996, as it's 5:22 on the clock, Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so those were two big things in 1996. 96. Also, Tiger Woods, first major. Okay, I think that was the year he went pro. 96. Tiger Woods. Okay, why is Tiger Woods significant? He is the best. He revolutionized what golf is into what it is today. So today now you have YouTube golfers and golf is he did for golf truly what Michael Jordan did for basketball. Okay? And basketball was not nearly as dead as golf was, I don't think. Okay? Before Tiger Woods came along, okay, and this is not a skin color thing, okay? Because again, we're all multiples, okay? And so it's asinine to even try to categorize one being just on one lifetime. That is just that's so stupid. That's so dumb. Okay. So but Tiger Woods brought golf and its popularity back to the main back to the big time. He saved golf, essentially, right? And that's not giving him too much. His personal life is all kind of shitty, right? He needs to meditate and do some chakra healing and shit. Tiger Woods, call me, okay? But right, so his personal life is a completely different story. But the same thing with Michael, okay? I don't have an I have no problem saying and agreeing with anyone who says that he's the GOAT of basketball. I have no problem saying that. My only argument against him would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who has been a champion from high school on up. Okay, he wasn't cut from his high school team. He won championships. He won in college. Not only did he win, he won multiple MVPs, multiple players of the years. Like Kareem is, to me, he is the all-time GOAT, but no one will say that because he's not flashy and he's a more docile spirit. And again, if you understand masculine and feminine spirits, you will understand the difference between looking at those two individuals. Okay, Michael is definitely out of balance in his masculine and feminine energy. Kareem learned to meditate and go within through working with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is extremely significant. Alexa, it's 5:24. Whose birthday is that? The warlock who's in prison or who has died. Okay, 5:24, the warlock in Michigan. Okay, and it's 75 degrees. Okay, completion. We are in the 12th month, in the final days. We are in the final days of whatever this. Ooh, it says open ended. Open thunderstorm. Okay, so something might be left open ended. And if that's the case, that's quite all right with me. And those who understand that and know what that means to me, well, you'll understand. If not, it can't, doesn't have to be. That's totally up to you. You already know that if you come with bullshit, I'm going to call you out. And I'm going to call you out immediately. You already know that, whoever you are. So, perhaps it's best to just settle things in court. Okay, and I'll finish up with this. So, want to, it's getting dark, so let me see something here. So I want to briefly take a look at some things that I've written down here, okay? Confirmation, Bert, to share this. Okay. So spiritual laundering. Okay. So you see what I have written here, and again, excuse my handwriting is scientific. I don't know what it is. I write I write for collection, cancel. I write for collection. I don't write for legibility or something like that. I write so to make sure I'm writing it down as much as it's as fast as it's flowing to me. Okay, so esoteric, earthly, faith, religion. Okay, so let's take a look at these. And again, I mentioned this and these comparisons because this is the cornerstone for which we can climb up out of the matrix. When we look at both sides of this coin, okay, and we took a look at these comparisons and what we've been shown versus what is truth, okay? What people call reality is not always. Again, people call reality TV, and that's the fakest shit I've ever seen. That's what I just heard Holy Spirit say. People call reality TV, but that's the fakest shit I've ever seen. Interesting. So, all right. So the esoteric requires these things and others. Religion offers these things amongst others. So let's take a look. Again, I mentioned faith and religion, okay? And you could really stop right there, right? But all texts, okay? And typically, religion only points you to one book. So religion says, here's all you need to know. We'll tell you whatever else you need to know, okay? That is the same thing as the military, right? 8 years Army, 95 to 2003, and they would confirmation, and they would say that you are on the need to know basis. If you need to know, we will tell you. Otherwise, you do not ask, or you do not need to know. You can ask, but you won't find out the answer. You won't get the answer. Okay, so need to know basis is what religion is. Okay, that's why there's a pope that you tell all your secrets to, or what you want them to know. And they say, bless you, my child, you have been forgiven, for the Lord is merciful, or whatever they say, whatever their wording is, I have no clue, and I don't need to know. Okay, Catholicism is in the lowest of the lowest shitters as far as my interest is concerned. I am not. That is the devil's music. Catholicism is the devil's music, and there are people who won't like that, and I would say that in public and on TV. Catholicism is the devil's music. There is no way that some man is the one that you should be going to, and this is how you can tell an antichrist spirit from one who is divinely guiding you. Yeshua pointed everyone to the Messiah. Yeshua pointed everyone to the Messiah. He said, don't stand here gazing at me. What are you doing? Be about my Father's business, motherfuckers. I came here and showed you what to do for 33 years. Wake up. Get to work. Pay attention. Be about it. That's what he said. Right? It's 5:30. So, let's take a look. I don't know if I can do this. Let me see if I can. Oh, nope, it doesn't work. I was going to try to turn the light on and Alexa, YouTube?
Here is YouTube.
Okay, so we'll do this. We'll use the light here, Necessity is the mother of all invention, you know that? When you need it, you can create it. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. Oneness with esoteric spiritual journey. You also learn duality. And religion denounces all. That's what I put there, right? And when I say oh, there's the word, all others, and that's what I meant, okay? So religion denounces all others, okay? So religion says, I just got, if we fix this, we will fix a lot of it. Wow. If we fix this one thing, we will fix a lot of it. Humans, divine beings, low vibrational karmic beings, if we fix this one thing, there's a lot. It's kind of like a domino effect. You can, and every now and then, if this is a very long domino, like the domino sequence. Yes, domino sequence. So there might be one that falls out of place, right? Falls off to the side and doesn't quite touch the next one, right? Shape shifting, right? Or you can consider that bloodline clearing or what have you, right? When you ascend and then you pass that knowledge, that wisdom through your Akashic records on to the next generation, the star seed that you birthed into this new life or birthed into new life, it's 55-55. But religion teaches discrimination. Religion teaches no. And I think that's the last one on here. Our last one on. Religion teaches even the non-denominationals think the Baptists are doing it wrong. So how are you not a believer of any of them and you still criticize them? Or not criticize them, excuse me. You still shun them. Okay? And I don't shun anyone. Okay? I shun the belief system. Okay? Same thing with being a homosexual or being a lesbian. I don't shun the individual. Okay? But I guarantee you, if you ask me any question, I'm going to be honest with you. Again, so you don't want me to tell you truthfully how you look in those jeans, don't ask me my opinion. Because I don't even carry powdered sugar. So don't ask. If you don't want to know, because I'm gonna say 7:07 on the timer when I look down, I'm gonna say the truth. And it's not being harsh. It doesn't have to be, damn, honey, your ass look big as fire. It doesn't have to be mean. It doesn't have to be like that, But, if because I know me, and there have been numerous times I wanted to ask a question to someone, but if I didn't want to hear the answer, I didn't ask the question, and that's just being honest. Even if I should have asked the question, okay? Right? Again, that's for someone. Don't ask the question. You want to know the answer. Prepare yourself for the truth. At least when it comes to talking to I. Okay. So, and you can expect the same from me. I mean, I'm 100%. Okay. And I mean, in my dealings with you. So, what do we have here? Okay. Believing in many. Okay. So there are many deities, many gods. Okay. There's one supreme being, and again, that's Aravat. Okay. Most religions believe in one God. Okay. Certainly Christianity, which is the one that I'm speaking of mainly here. Okay. Believe in one. Okay. Also, it's interesting for the Catholicism that they worship Mary. Okay. That's very, very, very interesting. And won't go into that because I'm already 59:04 in. But yeah. All right. So, in spiritual and esoteric truth, that is the truth, there's no other truth, right? Gaia is for the divine beings. That's why the earth was created. Okay? But man, religion, right, says that earth is hell. This place is hell here. I can't wait to die. This place is going to shit. Right? That's man. Because that's man's perspective. Because in truth, that's what man has given out. Okay? That's what man has given out. And not just from our fourth point of contact. And for those of you who do not know, That's your bottom, okay? Your fourth point of contact. All right. Oh, there was something I was going to mention about, the manifest, about airborne, and going on in the military. And I wasn't, but I was at Fort Bragg for 3 years, and I would go on jump manifest. But my mom, I was married at the time, and she didn't want me doing that. I should have ignored her ass and kicked her out on day one. But lessons learned, and it was good again because right now, that's part of the journey, and that's part of the wonderfulness that is on its way to me. Yeah, and so for us, you see, I had that up there. I shouldn't put that. I probably shouldn't have done that. But so just checking to see if there's anything else. And sorry about the lighting. I didn't prepare. I could get up and turn the light on, but I. Oh, okay. So thank you, Most High. All right. So I was meditating the other day. I don't remember when, what time, or whatever. All right. And this is what I saw. Okay. So this is a vision, and then I will go. Okay. It's 1 hour, 1 minute, and 17 seconds on the video timer. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 5:38 p.m.
Okay. And that's 8-8, by the way. 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. Okay. And so I was meditating the other day, and I saw in the vision, it was a field, and it was like, it could have been a wheat field, but it also could have been just dead weeds, right? But they were, yeah, dead weeds. And it was kind of like a little dirt path, right, that had been trodden, that had been made, right? Over time, there were two people walking, or at least I saw two people. One was wearing glasses, one was not. Both were wearing a turban. One had on an orange toga. I couldn't think of the word the other day for anything. I needed to remember it today, not then. I remember it. Toga, or something like that. You know what I mean, back then. And right in those times, and we see those images and things like that. Ancient Egypt, what have you. Okay, I don't know all the eras and all, because that's not my thing. I don't read a lot of books to get the knowledge. I get downloads. I'm interested in what divine esoteric beings have written. I'm not interested in what humans have written, and I really do mean that truthfully. But I saw it, and so one had on an orange toga and one had on a white one, if I may call them that. That may not even be the correct name, and again, I apologize if it's inappropriate to call them that. Okay, I apologize. The one who had the orange on, orange is sacral, okay, color, energy, and that's SAKRAL. By the way, I saw something the other day about a rapper at 54. That might be significant. 45, 54. He passed. Was it Sharif, Rafi, something, Shafi, something like that? Again, I don't follow those music artists. I don't follow music artists like that. Every now and then I'll pick up a new artist that I'm really kind of captivated by, right? But generally speaking, the same spirit beings that I in tune to energetically are the ones that I listen to over and over and again. I listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire any day, all day, every day. Fifth Dimension any day, all day, every day. Barbara Lewis any day, all day, every day. Stevie Wonder any day, all day, every day. Red Hot Chili Peppers any day, all day, every day. Confirmation, Audio Slave any day, all day, every day. Just so there's some that I listen to constantly. So I don't listen to a lot of these new artists and stuff like that. I don't know them, but he passed recently from septic shock. Yes, septic shock. But the last line of the first paragraph said something about the sacral something or other, and it immediately caught my attention when I saw that, and I think I posted it on LinkedIn. Okay, and so if you are on LinkedIn, you can should be able to find my profile and look that up. If you look up Earth Angel or Esoteric Guide or whatever on LinkedIn, you should be able to find me. I'm sure there's not many of those on there. Even if they are that, they're not bold enough to put that on their profile or whatever. And if you're part of the 13, you are bold enough. And again, here's my invitation. If you believe that you are chosen, called out, set apart, and again, you can call me with bullshit or email me. You can't call me. You can email me with bullshit or whatever else, but you will be filtered out. Okay? You will be filtered out. Okay? There are several places and regions of the country that are about to, and a couple places overseas that are about to, confirmation, are about to find that out right now. Okay? About a couple of us. Our intuition did not mislead us. We heard correctly to leave that relationship, to walk away from that family, to divorce him, to divorce her, and pursue our higher calling and go through a severe awakening, even though it might have hurt or bothered you to walk away from those people because you loved them. This is a sending off. Because you loved them. Okay? And so it was difficult. It was hard and harsh. But we did it. We walked away from what was no longer serving our good. And in many cases for those 13, in many cases, never was for our good. In many cases. Again, from birth. But. Okay. I mentioned this the other day, and I'm going to mention it again because I'm just being led to. I'm probably going to get more of these. I don't know what to say other than I'm not going to stop talking. My throat chakra. Okay. And I don't say that because I think I'm big, bad, bold. No, I say that because Aravat Avarat. That's why I say that. Okay? So, I said this the other day. Bruce Lee and Marvin Gaye were unalived programs. I just heard a siren, and not esoteric siren, in the ethers. 10808. 1088. And again, consider what they stood for. Go back and read about Bruce's life. Read about what he stood for, the truth that he was speaking and bringing, the difference that he was going to make and that he was making, the age that he died, and that synchronicity. Take a look at that. Just like Malcolm X, at 39. 39 encompasses 369. Again, the 13 will recognize these synchronicities and they will jump on board. Okay? If you would like to reach out to me, you can do so via email at theencourager333@gmail.com. By the way, if you've ever sent me an email and I did not receive it, please let me know in the comment section of this email. If you are aware of any other platforms, I mentioned LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram. You can find me at theencourager333 on Instagram. Okay. Thank you so much, as always, collective soul tribe beings, both of the light and the dark, esoteric and devout deities. Thank you so much for your protection over us as we make this transition and journey into the what's next to be, and to the what's next to be, into the what's next to be. Okay, someone's going to jail. I'm looking at the sign here. Says someone's going to jail. Okay. Ooh, it was 1 hour and 10 minutes exactly when I glanced up at the timer. I said it was a sending off. And so to all of them, there are no hard feelings. I was angry. I've been pissed. I've been frustrated. I've been bewildered, just dumbfounded, just speechless. I've been gaslighted. I've been depressed. I've been suicidal. I've been elated, ecstatic, uh, elevated. I've been anointed. I've been crowned. I've been a lot of things during the first 50 years of my journey this lifetime here, which is my last. That's why I'm seeing that's why I've seen every karmic relationship that I've had in the first 9. That's why I've run into every last one of them again this time around. That's what the first 50 was about. Okay? It's 111 11, or it's 11 11. 1 11 11. All right. So everything is coming together as it should. Okay? Everything's coming together as it should. All right? Again, stay alert, to stay alive. Okay? Continue to cleanse your energies and continue to pay attention to what is going on. Not just in your walls, your 4 walls, but outside of your 4 walls. Not just within Genesis to Revelation, but outside of Genesis to Revelation. Okay? Pay attention to those things. The way that you're treated. Okay? Pay attention to those things. Okay? Pay attention to the way that someone hugs you. Okay? Pay attention to the way that someone shakes your hand or looks at you across the table or across the room. Pay attention to those things. Okay? For your protection and for your delight. Pay attention to those things. Okay? It's 74 degrees, 549. And again, as always, be encouraged.